We talk about, let's take what has been presented to us, and then we have an opportunity to do the amendments we want to do when we've taken over, is not entirely correct, because there are decisions that, if approved, have implications that can only be rectified after 4 years, because there are aspects that deal with the composition of the executive council or the board, issues of elections. Those are not things that we can rectify when the normalization process has ended and a new administration is in place. When people have been elected, they have been elected for a fixed term. So it is not correct that, we can just take it and let it pass, and then when things are back to the situation, we can change. There are things that you cannot change unless after 4 years. Now, Mr. President, there is a proposal for amendments before you. It's been tabled, it's been moved, it's been seconded. I hear a contrary view to some aspects of it. Will those who hold that contrary view refer to those specific articles, move a counter motion, and let us subject it to a vote? Because here, right here, when the clubs made their presentation, Madam Odofole, who's a lawyer, averted our minds to the provisions in the company's code, which clearly says that you cannot have a board. For a company, by guarantee, you cannot have a board of more than 12. So sometimes we also need to situate some of our discussions within this context. So if, for example, you are asking for every RFA to be on the board, if we're even going to discuss the 16 issue and even talk about 10, what it means is that you expect the RFAs to take 10 of the 12 maximum places. And for the clubs, that constitutes about 2/3, and the other constituent members to take 2. And on the issue of it is 10 today, we don't have 16 today, for me that is moot. The document before us has PFAG, has futsal, has beach soccer. As we speak today, they are not yet members of the FA. But this is the proposed membership of the FA, that when it is adopted, the same statutes provide for how they would eventually become members. The reality is that the political administration has taken a decision to increase regions from 10 to 16. By our structure, we will take steps to ensure that we have regional football associations in all those other 6. We will take those steps. So we cannot sit here and be talking about today and play the ostrich as if the 16 is not a reality. It could not be a reality today as we speak, but it could be a reality in 6 months. It could be a reality in 1 year. When that happens, if the decision is that every region must be on the board, every region must have representation, 3 representatives at Congress, what it means is that at any point in time, when any football association in the region becomes effective, they would have to take a place on the board, and they would have to have 3 places at Congress. Now, are you going to have a situation where, first of all, I mean the absurdity of it, eventually when you get to the 16, you are going to have 16 people coming on your board, which is even against the law, because the law says you can do maximum 12. And how can you have a situation where you are not in control of the composition and size of your board, that anytime the political establishment takes a decision, your board must also expand? So if tomorrow the political establishment decides that we need to have 20 regions in Ghana, your board must move to +4. We cannot have that kind of situation. It's an emotive matter. But we need to be very, very, very strategic and tactical about it. Mr. President, I humbly suggest to you that those who hold any contrary view to the amendments that have been tabled should come up with counter motions and let us vote on them. Thank you.